Good day everyone, my name is Abigail Dilundang from BTLEIA 3A from Tarlac State University College of Education. So today, we will discuss about the car cooling system. Cooling system looks like when the engine is started, the water pump connected to it also begins to pump the coolant around the engine cylinder from the lower radiator tank into the coolant passage. The flow of the coolant is from the lower tank to the engine block, then to the cylinder head and finally towards the outlet for the radiator. The coolant begins to absorb the heat produced by the combustion process and flows towards the radiator inlet. However, the thermostat restricts the coolant to flow towards the radiator until the temperature of the coolant is not raised above the engine operating temperature, which is usually 200 to 250 degrees Celsius. The heater core is a mini radiator, which is used as a heat exchanger to transfer the heat from the coolant to the air that flows inside the passenger compartment. The thermostat, on the other end, acts as a regulating valve to control the coolant flow into the radiator and maintain the engine temperature within optimum range. When the coolant passing through the thermostat is at higher temperature, usually 180 Fahrenheit, the wax begins to melt. Fan is actuated by a thermostatic switch once the coolant flows outside the thermostat. The coolant enters the radiator upper tank through the upper radiator hose, but high temperature can build pressure, blocking it. To prevent this, a pressure regulating valve is provided in the upper tank. As the coolant flows downwards, it loses heat to air passing through the flat tubes. The fan increases air draught, enhancing heat transfer rate. For better cooling, fins on the flat tubes increase heat transfer area. Cold coolant circulates back around the engine cylinder, repeating the cooling cycle. And that will be all for the cooling system. Thank you.